Hello and welcome. This guide comes to you from the experts over at ProTax Accountant. Today, we're going to get into a topic that honestly is absolutely non-negotiable for anyone who's self-employed here in the UK. We are talking about public liability insurance. And look, I get it, insurance is probably not the most thrilling subject, but trust me, understanding this is fundamental to protecting the business and the life you've worked so incredibly hard to build. So let's just start with a really direct question, because this really cuts to the heart of being your own boss. The freedom is amazing, right? But one single, simple accident could potentially unravel everything. Now, take a look at this number, £13,500. That is the average cost of a public liability claim in the UK. Just take a second and think about suddenly needing to find that kind of money. For most sole traders, a bill like that isn't just a bad month, it could be the end of the business. Okay, so let's really dive into this. To get a handle on why this is so important, we're going to walk through a couple of real-world scenarios that you could very easily find yourself in. So, picture this. You're a freelance consultant visiting a client's office in London. You're all set for a big meeting, your laptop's out, you are completely in the zone. It's a total accident, of course, a split-second thing. But in that one moment, you are now facing a personal injury claim, not to mention all the legal costs that are about to come your way. Okay, let's try another one. Maybe you're a self-employed plumber. You're the pro, you've been called in to fix a leak. You do this day in and day out. But hey, even for the absolute best in the business, things can sometimes go wrong. And just like that, the client's home is flooding. We're talking carpets, furniture, electronics, all being ruined. And you can bet they are looking right at you to pay for every last penny of it. So this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? When an accident happens on your watch, who pays the bill? Now stay with me here, because the answer to this is exactly what makes this topic so critical for every self-employed person out there. And there it is. This is the harsh reality of being a sole trader. Unlike a limited company, there is no legal wall, no separation between you, the person, and your business. As far as the law is concerned, you are one and the same. And that is precisely why this is so serious. A claim against your business is a claim against you. That means your personal assets, we're talking your home, your car, your hard-earned savings, could all be on the line to cover compensation and legal fees. Okay, so now that we've laid out the very real risks, let's talk about the solution. Let's look at the financial safety net that every single self-employed person should have in their back pocket. This is it. Public liability insurance is your financial safety net. It's a policy designed for one specific purpose, to cover you for the legal costs and compensation if your work accidentally hurts someone or damages their property. It's that simple. I love this quote because it just perfectly captures the right mindset. This isn't about being negative and expecting the worst. Nope. It's about being a smart, professional business owner who plans for the unexpected. And here's a little pro tip for you. It's not just about protecting yourself. It's also about growing your business. Having this coverage makes you look way more professional, and honestly, it can be a deal breaker for landing those bigger, better paying contracts. So you get it, you need it. But what exactly does a policy cover? And just as importantly, what does it not cover? Let's break down the details. At its core, this insurance covers claims from people outside your business. So think clients, customers, suppliers, or even just a random person walking past your worksite. It covers their injuries, damage to their stuff, and the legal fees you'll need to defend yourself. Now let's look at where a lot of people get confused. This slide is so important because it highlights the difference between public liability and employer's liability. To put it simply, public is for the public. Employers is for your employees. And if you have anyone working for you, even part-time, you need to know this. And here is exactly why getting this right is so vital. See that number? That's the potential fine for every single day you don't have the legally required employer's liability insurance when you have staff. It's a massive risk that is just not worth taking. It's also really important to know what your policy won't cover. Public liability won't cover you if you get hurt, or if your own tools get damaged, or if a client sues you for giving bad advice. For those kinds of risks, there are other types of insurance, like professional indemnity insurance. That's not all. Here's where we get practical. Let's talk about how much cover you might actually need and what you can expect to pay for it.
Policies usually offer cover somewhere in the range of 1 million to 10 million pounds, sometimes even more. The level you'll need really just depends on what kind of work you do, where you're doing it, and what the worst case scenario might look like.
And here's a little did you know for you, especially if you have big plans for your business. If you ever want to do work for local councils or the government, many of them won't even let you bid for a contract unless you have at least £5 million in cover. Without it, you can't even play the game. So, what does this all-important peace of mind actually cost? Well, looking at these sample premiums for the 2025/26 year, you can see how the price is tied directly to risk. A freelance graphic designer might pay around £118 for the whole year, while a builder is looking at £450 or more. The main point here is that for most people, this is a surprisingly affordable annual expense for essential protection. Now, your premium isn't just some random number. It's carefully calculated based on a few key things. As you can see, your trade, what you actually do, is the biggest factor because it reflects your day-to-day risk. But your turnover, how much cover you choose, and your claims history also play a big part. Wow, we have covered a lot of ground, from the serious risks you face to the pretty reasonable costs of getting covered. So let's wrap this all up and talk about your next steps. But first, a quick and very important disclaimer. The information we've talked about today is for general guidance. For advice that's specifically tailored to your unique business, you should always consult with an expert. So after seeing the risks and how affordable the protection really is, the choice becomes pretty clear, doesn't it? Don't leave your livelihood, your assets, and your future up to chance. The team at Pro Tax Accountant can give you the professional guidance you need. For a consultation about public liability insurance or any other tax questions you might have, you can reach them on WhatsApp or by phone at 7985-689912. Or just send a quick email to info@protaxaccountant.co.uk. And if you want to dive even deeper into everything we've talked about today, you can check out the full, in-depth article over on their blog. The link is right there on your screen. And finally, if you found this guide helpful, do yourself a favor and subscribe to the Pro Tax Accountant YouTube channel. They are always posting essential insights designed specifically to help your self-employed business not just survive, but truly thrive. Thanks so much for watching.